Guys, welcome back to the Absolutely Geeked podcast. Today's a special edition. We got Sherm Kage from Reanimated in this thing. You guys are fully aware of Sherm, and if you're not, you need to get with it. Sherm, what's been good, man? How you been?
Good, bro. Good, man. Just, trying to grind out these reactions and, stay on top of things and just keep my head down and just keep grinding, man. So you're well acquainted with that as we all know. You've been putting in work for a long time now, so. But thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate you.
Hey, man. Are you full-time yet, or are you still doing both job and
not full-time yet?
Not full-time
Yeah,
yet.
still got a job and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're doing super double duty. Super double duty.
Yeah. So monetarily, it's not where I'm comfortable, dropping everything and doing it full-time. And plus just, doing reactions is such a volatile field to be in, because you're 3 copyright strikes away from being out of a job.
100.
So, yeah. So it's kind of risky to just, roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? Our channel is not, like on your boy Roshi level where I can just be like, we have the following. And even if we lost the channel, we still got the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not at that level yet. So once it gets to that point, then by all means, I would love to do that. But
yeah, I definitely know it. And I mean, you have a lot of other responsibilities outside of just, yourself as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got house, you got some pretty big responsibilities to be like, hey, let's just go to YouTube full time.
Right. Definitely got some collateral. So
yeah, for sure. So I definitely understand that one. So guys, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time here, welcome. If you guys are not subscribed to Reanimated's YouTube channel, make sure you guys head over there, subscribe. They're about, you guys are almost at 80,000.
Yeah, we're like 75.
75? Okay, so they've been gunning for that 100. They've had some crazy issues with YouTube. That's why he said what he said. It's out of experience. So if you guys haven't subscribed over there, make sure you guys subscribe. Show them love, man. They got great content over there, group reactions, tons of content. So make sure you guys go show that support. But I brought Sherm on here today because primarily because he is a great anime mind. And two, there is the Crunchyroll Awards that happen every year. You guys are all aware, and every year everybody's disappointed for some reason. But this year, I was especially disappointed that I was like, we need to have some conversations, and I needed the proper anime mind to talk to, which I believe is Sherm Kage here. So just so you guys are aware, we're gonna be talking about the anime awards. And oh, you're all good. You're all good. So make sure you guys put your thoughts in the chat, because we're gonna kind of go to the chat back and forth to kind of get your guys' perspective on who you think should have won X, Y, and Z, or who should have been nominated for these categories. But yeah, man, you had a chance to check out some of it before we got on.
Yeah.
What's some of the maybe things that you're excited about on the list so far?
So far, I saw some B stars, so I'm definitely, happy that got up there.
Okay.
I saw for the best fight they had the Naruto versus the Shiki fight up there. That was fire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So so that definitely is well deserved. And in my opinion, that's probably going to be my vote for the best. Okay, I was a little upset I didn't see any 2-year eternity up there, but I did see it under best fantasy and under best drama. So that's definitely good that they have it up there, because that was one of my personal favorites from last year. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, so far it's not looking too bad. There's some that I'm surprised to even see in here, because I saw some Lupin the Third. I did see some Megalobox. I saw what else did I see up here? Where is it? Damn. Oh, they had a Evangelion up here, so I was like, huh, okay. So there were some things up that did surprise me, because I wasn't expecting them to have such a expansive palette, if you will, or diverse palette. I was expecting to be, general shonen, and that was pretty much it, cut and dry. So but yeah, so far it's not looking too bad.
Okay. Now, I mean, I'm in agreement with you, man. I feel like some of the things because we had went over this over on the Cyber Hype with Toshi and my brother.
Yeah.
And I agree that fight scene one, I was like, because I was going through the list and I was like, okay, some of these fights are really awesome. I think the one standout from Jujutsu would be the Itadori and Todo fight. That fight was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think the Naruto fight and Ishiki fight, in my personal opinion, is probably my favorite out of all of them.
Same.
That's on this list. So, but the category itself was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid list of things. A couple of these things I actually haven't seen, so I can't really speak on everything. But
yeah, same. I haven't seen all of them because I mean, and now I'm like, because like doing reactions, you know, you kind of get in this weird place. It's like, okay, do I want to enjoy anime for myself, or should I get this on a reaction because it could help the channel? You know what I'm saying? Like you're just in this gray area where it's like, do I want to react to it, or do I want to watch it on my own time? You know,
bro, let's just talk about this real quick, because I think a lot of times people look at the idea of, oh, well, you guys just, you know, you do reactions, blah blah, you know, it's easy, and it's one of those things that I compare it to vloggers, where you have to define what is content and what is your life.
Yeah.
Right? Because vloggers get into this weird space of, well, everything's content at this point. It's like, well, where does your life start and where does the content begin? You know what I'm saying?
When you really get to live. Yeah.
Right. So, and in this, it's like, damn, do I just want to watch this for me, chill on the couch or chill in bed and just pull out the iPad or something and just relax and not have to worry about analyzing stuff or whatever, you know? Or do, like you said, people are going to want to watch this with me. Yeah, that's a tough one, bro. That's definitely that. That's why I don't react to One Piece. I just watch One Piece.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's something that you I mean, I can see about, because obviously there's reaction channels that do react to it. Like obviously it's good content, and you have effectively secured yourself with content for the next decade, more than likely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. 100%.
But it's definitely I'm sure it can get tiring, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure like One Piece has the same issue as a lot of long-running shonens, where it's like, okay, sometimes it just becomes a mindless watch. At one point you're just like sitting there like just consuming the content, you know, there's not really much that you can really give to it aside from just consuming. So you know, there's some shows out there where it's just like I just want to sit down, watch the show, and then just have it be that, you know what I'm saying? I can just be mindless. I don't have to give any extra energy. I don't have to give a reaction. It's just me watching and enjoying the show. So yeah,
that's definitely a tough one. So in my let's kind of go through some of these categories. I think we'll leave anime of the year for last, because I feel like that's like the best film Oscar category. We'll leave that for last. So we'll start with best boy. And in this list, and again, the reason I brought you on here is because you've seen a lot of these animes. I haven't seen everything that's on here. Have you heard of Odd Taxi? Have you watched Odd Taxi? Odd
Taxi's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we did reactions to it. I just stopped uploading on YouTube just because the numbers were just abysmal. Because obviously it's not that big of an anime.
Yeah.
So that ended up becoming just Patreon only. I think we have like the first 7 episodes up on our channel. Yeah, Odd Taxi was phenomenal. It was a really good anime. I'm seeing all these up here minus Horimiya. I haven't seen Horimiya.
Me neither. But best boy, Senku's on here again, because I think he was on here last year as well.
Was he really?
I believe so. I believe he was on here. I believe some characters from Haikyuu were on here as well last year. But we got Draken and Mikey from Tokyo Avengers, which is interesting. Boji, I haven't seen
Mikey.
What do you say?
I would make more of a case for Mikey over Draken personally.
I agree.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know why Draken and Mikey are on here. Like, were there no other good boy characters out of other anime?
So, yeah, no, hell yeah, because they could have put Fushi up here from To Your Eternity. So I don't know why they doubled up on the same anime.
That's exactly my point, where I was like, okay, because to be honest, To Your Eternity was probably one of my favorites of all last year. It was emotional. It was super different. It just felt unique, and the animation quality was so high. But
absolutely.
But that character was very unique. So I was like, why isn't he on here?
Yeah, man. Because I mean, you just kind of feel for him, you know, like you watch like literally this character go from knowing nothing, not knowing how to be a human or an animal for that matter. You know what I'm saying? He's literally a a piece of matter that learned as it went. So you got to see him experience emotion. You got to see him go through pain, trials, tribulations, and you kind of got attached to his character because he just had a lot of depth to him, or he grew and became a deep character that had depth that you know kind of just learned to appreciate. So yeah, and he was like, he's the perfect best boy candidate. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was in the dog form, especially, like he was always like ride or die. Yeah, wanted to protect his friends and you know his family. He was willing to sacrifice himself. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that he was like, I'll live a life of solitude so that way I don't have to hurt anybody anymore or experience his pain anymore. So
yeah, he was a great character, and just him going through tragedy after tragedy, like and almost teaching him how to be a human through tragedy. You know, like these are the mortal things that humans have to go through. Like he's a great character. So yeah, I was a little bummed out that he wasn't on this list. I like Mikey. I think he's dope. I like Draken, but I think if I was picking between those two, I'd pick Mikey over Draken. Yeah,
all the time. Because Mikey is literally like he's a man child in the sense. Like obviously they're still teenagers, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's still very much immature. He's still like taking naps, eating sweets, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like this cute kid until you piss him off. Then he's like, all right, now I'm gonna have to give you the work. You know, so I'm gonna have to give you that one leg special.
That one leg, not the one leg special. Yeah. That dude's, I'm like, bro, you do just pistol squats all day. Yeah, he's a dope character. And like I said, I do like Draken, but I would prefer Mike on this list. Now I haven't watched Ranking of Kings, but Toshi has been begging me to watch it. So I'm gonna be watching that starting next week. So
you have to, bro. It is literally like the art style. Like I get it. Like the art style is very off-putting. Like when I saw it first, I was like, this shit gonna be whack, bro. And then immediately I was like, nah, they got something here, bro. Like really, like legit. The art style threw me off
because be whack.
Yeah, because that's why I was like, this is like some Adventure Time, you know, bullshit, you know. Right. And it really like the animation is really good. The animation is good. The art style is weird, but the animation is good, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because art style and animation are two different things, but they did their thing with that. The story is good. It's very like, you know, captivating. You get really attached to the character. And Boji is definitely, I would make the case that he's the best boy in my opinion. Like I would put Boji for sure.
Nice. Now, one thing that's not on this list for me is Rudy. And I think Rudy is an interesting character as well. And again, I haven't watched is it Horimiya or Odd Taxi. So I can't say, you know, where he ranks on them. But it was just one of those things I was like, man, dang, no Rudy, no love for Rudy. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't put Rudy up here because of how problematic of a character he is. You know what I'm saying? Because he is not your typical shonen, you know, protagonist where it's like, okay, they're, you know, this good loving character, they have good intentions. Like he is very much so a damaged individual. He has a very problematic mind. You know what I'm saying? Like he's perverted. He's literally mentally like 50 now or something like that.
Right.
So he does have a lot of issues and he did get a lot of backlash. So I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't put him in the running for best boy. I'm not too mad at that personally.
So out of this list, I'm assuming, because again, I haven't seen all of them, I'm assuming you'd probably pick Boji as best on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. Because like I said, once you actually watch it, like you're gonna love Boji's character. Like you're gonna be like, yo, like protect him at all costs. Like, he's really a really good character, and you really just become attached to him. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely encourage you to check it out, man.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna have to be something I watch this upcoming week when I get back from Melbourne. So we got Best Girl on here, and this one again, I haven't watched really anything except for Jujutsu Kaisen, so I can't really speak on the other characters.
Okay.
What other shows have you watched on this list that you like the character of?
I haven't seen the 86. I heard it was really good though. That's on my list. I know Taylor and Terrence have watched it. Those of you who know the reanimated cast. So those two have seen it. I have not watched the final season of Fruits Basket, so I don't know anything about Toru. Kageki Shoujo, I've never even heard of that. So
oh wow.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Have you heard of that one? Is that Is that a good one? Or?
I heard it, but I haven't. People tell me to watch stuff all the time, and I always say like, is it something that I'm actually going to want to react to? So
right,
yeah,
exactly. Okay, I haven't seen Comey can't communicate. We are gonna do reactions to that though, like literally next week. So
okay.
If you would have caught me next week, I probably could have spoken on that one. And I have seen Wonder A Priority. And I is definitely out of all the ones here. Again, I've only seen 2 out of all these, so obviously take this with a grain of salt. But I would put I as best girl, just because watching that anime, like it ended horribly. Let me preface with that. The anime ended horribly. I don't know what the hell they had plans for as far as the direction, because it's a whole anime original, but the ending was atrocious.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's good though. Don't let that deter you. But that last episode is just horrible. But I is very wholesome. She's very caring of her friends. You know what I'm saying? She definitely goes out of her way to make sure the people are good. And she just reminded me of the typical, not even typical, but she reminded me of a real person as far as like the issue she deals with, because Wonder Egg Priority touches on a lot of social issues like depression, anxiety, suicide, and a whole bunch of different things. And they're just very human characters. So I personally, in my opinion, I will put her as best girl. Okay. And again, I've only seen 2 of these, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are they're pushing for Nobara for sure.
I mean, of course. I mean, because that's again, how does the voting work for the Crunchyroll Awards? Is it fan based or is it?
I believe it might be. I believe it's fan nomination.
Okay.
I think it's
so
fan
my
nomination
only thing with
the
the
fan voting. I believe. Yeah. I'm guessing though.
So my only thing with the fan nominations is like, obviously, popularity is going to win, and popularity is not equal to best, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Demon Slayer is the most popular anime, arguably, with Attack on Titan. Is it the best anime? No.
Right.
But if we're talking animation, yeah, absolutely, it's the best. Right. But there's levels of best. There's different categories and classifications of best. You know what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily equate popularity to best, and that's where these awards have these issues, because you have people that have never seen half of the stuff up here, and they're like, oh well, I only know this one, so I'm gonna vote for this. You know what I'm saying? And that just skews the vote. Like this happened in our because we did a poll 2 days ago about the next anime we should react to, and it was between Komi Can't Communicate and this Chinese anime that was like one of the best ones apparently last year called Link Click. Not a lot of people know about because it's a Chinese anime, you know what I'm saying? And Komi Can't Communicate, obviously it's Japanese, it's popular, shonen, rom-com, whatever. So that one blew Link Click out of the water. I didn't expect it, because I thought I didn't hear too much about Komi Can't Communicate. People were asking about it, but I was like, okay, people always ask for stuff, but I saw more ask for Link Click than Komi. So I was like, okay, this will probably be a good poll. No, Komi wiped the floor with this. So so it's like the popular vote is always going to win, and it's not always the best vote. You know what I'm saying? It's not always popularity is not always equal best, and that's where these things fall short, honestly.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with you. My whole issue with Jujutsu Kaisen is the idea of how they set it up, because they have it's still the first season, but they're like, oh, well, it's the second part of it's like, guys, the majority of the first of that season came out in the previous year. Yeah, so for it to still be in this year's it's to me it seems like a click grab. It's like, oh well, Jujutsu Kaisen's in it, so people are gonna wanna be on our page. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, that's just how I feel about it.
No, I feel you, because I personally think it should be the year that it comes out should be the year that it is categorized in.
Right.
Unless it's like, it came out like December, like all at the very end of December. Right. I'm like, okay, cool. I can understand that. But this was out
in October or September or something like that.
October. Yeah. So it had plenty of time to build up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of moments to build it up. And even if because I think the awards voting stopped like towards the end of January, and I think the actual season ended in February, I want to say. So it was almost done when they were concluding the vote. So I mean, I felt like you could have included it, in 2020 instead of 2021. But I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, it's weird. it's weird for sure. But best protagonist. This is where things get really interesting. So we have Eren, we have Joe from Megalobox. I haven't seen Megalobox, but I've heard good things. Boji, we got is it I from Wonder Egg, and then Okadawa and Yuji. This one's interesting to me because if we go to best antagonist, Eren is in both, which is I saw that. Awesome. But
I saw that. So I mean, if we're going like by definition of what a protagonist is, he is a protagonist, but he is also an antagonist because the protagonist is just the subject that you're following through that story, which is Eren. We're following Eren's story.
Right.
So he is by definition the protagonist. However, he is the antagonist because by definition, the antagonist is a person that is causing terror or harm to other people, which is effectively what he has done.
Right.
I would make more of a case for him being an antagonist than protagonist this season, personally.
Yeah.
So I for that reason alone, I would mark him off the protagonist. Joe, I only saw the first season of Megalobox, so I can't speak to season 2. But if it's anything like, season 1, I mean, he's just your typical gritty, I'm gonna win by any means necessary fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not necessarily a character with a lot of depth, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Boji, I could see Boji because he's more of a how would I describe Boji? He's the Asta, he's the Naruto where they're fodder, but they're actually they actually have potential and they just have to tap into it and get better and grow, and they want to be the epitome that you can be in that society. You know what I'm saying? So that's Boji. So he's your typical shonen protagonist for the most part. Obviously, he has some twists and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I don't want to spoil anything, but for that reason alone, I wouldn't really vote him. She's not a bad protagonist. She's not a bad protagonist by any means at all. I would make a case for her. Odokawa, he's got a solid case too. I'm not gonna lie, because he's very caring. He ends up he's the kind of guy. He's like, all right, I'm gonna chill, hang out. I don't want to get in anybody's business. I'm gonna kind of mind my own business, and then somehow ends up getting wrapped up in everybody's business in the grand scheme of things. But still tries to tap into the better nature and try to do the right thing. Right. So Odokawa definitely has a good case. I feel like personally for me, Yuji would make the strongest case for the best protagonist. Like he is your typical shonen protagonist, but he has shown elements that make him more human than a lot of the other protagonists that you've seen typically. Because like he had that moment where he killed that curse that was a person. He was like, talking to Nobara, and he was like, I feel like I killed somebody, like I killed an actual human being, and he showed remorse and regret. And those elements make a character that much more complex for me. And I really am more inclined to like those types of characters. So I definitely will put Yuji up there for sure. And he's just a dope character. You know what I'm saying? Like he always looks out for his people. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make sure that he protects his friends and his family by any means. So yeah, I would make the stronger case for Yuji. It's between Yuji and I would say probably Odokawa, honestly. Those two are probably the strongest cases.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is where it gets to the point of back to Your Eternity. I don't know why he's not on this list. Like, I'm extremely confused by that.
Yeah. And no, absolutely.
And I think that's where Eren, like, I agree with you. I think Eren is a dope protagonist. However, you're talking about the final season where he's literally, especially in the first part, he's an antagonist to the show. And perspective wise, he's 100% the antagonist in final season, because it starts in Marley. So he's the villain to Marley immediately. It's like, absolutely. which is probably the best part about AOT. If AOT season 4 was season 1, we would look at Eren as the villain. We would look at him as the colossal titan in season 1. Exactly. He would be that to Marley, So, exactly. So to me, for 4th season, I don't really think of him as a protagonist. I really like Yuji though. I think some of the things you brought up point wise really add to his complexity.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of mystery about the character, and I like mystery about characters where it doesn't seem like you have a pure set like focus, but he's still trying to figure himself out.
Right.
And there's a lot of like, who was his grandfather and what, like that, like this whole like, why are you built a specific way? Why, how are you jumping 3 stories as a human? Like there,
Yeah, no kidding, yeah.
Like there's some things about you that really haven't been answered. So to me, I'm like, oh, you're very unique for whatever reason in this world. So, but yeah, I think that's my only complaint on this list. But I've heard a lot of people say Boji. I think the chat was like Boji gang. People were all about Boji. We got Doomday said Okadawa for me. So we got a couple Okadawas, a lot of Bojis in here as well. But yeah, it's definitely that one's a tough one, man. I think on this list, I would have to pick Yuji by default because he's really the only one that I'm familiar with. But that also goes back to your point of if people haven't seen it, if people only know, oh, well, this is the hottest thing out, then you know you're checking boxes without any knowledge. You know, it's really hard.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it would be dope. Obviously, this would be like a pain in the ass and tedious, but if they like actually like put like a quiz for people that are voting on the categories, like, okay, what happened in this anime? You know what I'm saying? What was this character? And then if you answer all the questions right,
then you can vote.
Get the vote.
Yes.
Because it's like, okay, you've seen all of them and you know what you're talking about, opposed to just like, I've only seen this one, so I'm just gonna vote for this. You know what I'm saying?
Because it definitely skews it. It skews it for sure, and it doesn't allow people, like when I see these lists, I'm like, oh, what is that anime? It makes me want to go watch them.
Right.
But I don't have an opinion because people are like, why didn't you vote? And I was like, because I haven't seen a lot of these anime. So to me, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I love this anime. So you like, that to me feels weird. It just feels weird. It feels weird to me. But yeah. So best protagonist though, Eden, we got Yano from Odd Taxi. I haven't seen Skate the Infinity. Have you seen that?
I have not. That was on my list. Who the hell is it? He got like a masquerade mask on?
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. That was on my list to watch.
We got Tamara from My Hero season 5. I actually like him as a character. He's awesome. Echidna from ReZero, my favorite anime, and then Teta Kisaki, Tokyo Avengers. I'll be honest.
Yeah, he's a good antagonist.
Teta was awesome as Tokyo Avengers was hit and miss for me. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like it was.
I agree because it was pissing me off, bro. Because I'm like, so this is my issue with it.
Okay.
Like, so you've got Takemichi, right?
Yeah.
Time traveler.
Yeah, right.
All right. You know what's going to happen when it's going to happen. You know where you need to be, right? Why is it you're sitting here watching this dude get his face pounded and you know this is the exact way he dies? You sit here, you watch it, you're crying, and I get it. It's an anime, so it makes it prolonged. It makes it seem longer. However, I'm just saying here like, bro, fucking do something. You know what you need to do, bro. Like, stop this from happening because if you don't stop this, he can literally get beaten into a brain dead coma. If we're being real, you know, if we're talking realism. Right. Because when you're fighting in the UFC, you get knocked out, you stop the fight because obviously if you get constantly hit after you're knocked out, you get brain dead. Right. So obviously you want to do something to prevent that. So Takemichi, the entire anime almost was just pissing me off. Like he had his moments where he, you know, had leaps and bounds and was courageous and did what he needed to do. But I'm just like, bro, like you like mentally, you know, if we're doing the whole Rudy thing, right? Mentally, bro, you like 20-some years old. Like you done seen some shit. You done been in some smoke, bro. Handle your business. Come on, man.
Yeah. The anime was up and down for me. But Teta as a antagonist, I really liked. I really liked him a lot. Yeah.
He was fire.
I hadn't finished ReZero season 2 because I hate the anime. I just can't, bro. I can't with ReZero. Like I want to like it, and then it's just Subaru to me. Subaru to me, bro, is like I just want to choke him. Like I want to choke him. Like I'm like, bro.
No, I feel you. So you have like the issue with like talking that I have with Takemichi with Subaru kind of.
Yeah, like it's Takemichi. There's things that I can forego where it's like, okay, when we see him in the future, he's still very like he hates his life. His life is trash. He doesn't like. He's still very much the same kid though. He hasn't really progressed he's looking at his, the person that he cared for when he was a kid die, and he was like, man, like, my life is really shit. But yeah. Subaru, I just can't with this dude. Like, bro, you are the dumbest protagonist I've ever seen in an anime, bro. Like, you don't ask any questions at all. And it's, again, I just feel like we're in a loop of like, all right, it felt like, what was that game that came out? They were like in mech suits and shit, and you could like fly around. It came out Anthem. Is it Anthem? Yes.
Oh, Anthem.
Was it Anthem?
Anthem? No, Anthem. You like could fly around and stuff, but they had like different classes. Like you could be like a warlock class. You could be like it had guns and shit too.
Right.
Like magic.
But there was weird. I forgot. I don't know if it was Anthem. I honestly forgot. Anyways, it just feels like
Titanfall, maybe?
Nah, it came out like in 2020. It came out in 2020, and it was like very vertical. It had like mech suits and stuff, but it was like the same. You do a mission, it's the same mission over and over and over. It might be Anthem. Maybe it is Anthem.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I mean, I know what you're talking about though. Like when you're farming, like, so because Destiny had that thing where like Destiny, you had your quest that you would do, and then if you wanted to farm the quest and grind it out, you could redo the quest and try to get different gear.
Okay, Toshi said he's talking about Anthem. Yeah, okay, so that's Anthem. So it just felt like it's like, okay, we're gonna reskin the mission with the same, like, how many times did Subaru walk into a place without scoping it out and get his limb chopped off? And he's like, what's going on? Like, bro, how many times are we doing this, bro? Like,
let me ask you this. How far did you get in season 2? Where did you stop at? Do you remember?
Bro, I don't remember, bro. I know I got
Did you
past,
get to the bunny scene?
I think it was right. Maybe I got to the bunny scene where he's like, oh, look at the bunny. And then he ends up getting eaten by a bunny.
A bunch of bunnies.
A bunch of bunnies. Yeah. And I was like,
up.
So I don't know. I don't know, bro. But anyways, I can't speak on Echidna because I don't really know much about that. But I know a lot of people like ReZero. So regardless of the fact if I like it, doesn't mean that it's good or bad. I just don't fuck with it, right? So
I got you.
How was Echidna though as an antagonist?
In my opinion, she was really good because she had that mystery aspect about her. Like, I mean, even to the end, like, there's still things that you don't know about Echidna or things that you don't know that she knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those known unknowns. Like, she knows something, but you don't know what it is that she knows. You know what I'm saying? So, it was very strange. I don't want to give away too much for the plot, but I mean, the one thing that I did like about ReZero was not necessarily, if you can ignore Subaru or you can just accept his shortcomings and then just get past that, it's actually really good because you start liking other things than Subaru. Like, I'm more interested in the world. I'm more interested in all the dynamics of the different characters. Every character has a story, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about it, because you get to see the depth of Amelia. You see the depth of Roswell. You get to see the depth of Beatrice. You get to see the depth of the Sanctuary and what all has gone on and transpired there. So, I mean, all those things make for a good story, and that's why I watch that anime and enjoy it. Not necessarily for Subaru, like, he does get better in my opinion, because it always takes Subaru, like, if it follows the trend that it's been following, it always takes him like almost an entire season to put all the pieces together and then actually do it right. You know what I'm saying? But he's a slow learner. My boy a little slow, but he gets there eventually.
My boy a little slow.
But I personally think Echidna is a really good antagonist for sure, because like I said, she's got that mystery element. She's not necessarily bad, but she's not really good. Like, she's kind of like a
chaotic neutral.
Yeah, like if you think of like Donzo, where like Donzo did a lot of fucked up shit, but it was in the best interest of the village to protect people. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of similar to that. Like, you don't really, she's not bad, but she's not really good either. She has her own moral compass, and if it doesn't fall within her morality, she's gonna, ignore it or do her own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, I see a cat dying on the side of the road, but I have my objective over here, so I'm gonna walk past this cat dying and not save it. You know? So
I mean, I can respect characters like that though. I like complex antagonists where it's like you can look at their perspective and be like, I can see what you're doing. Like, I get what you're doing. I may not think that's the best way of doing it, but you can almost get behind what they're trying to do, like a Thanos.
Right. Because the villain made sense. It's like, you know what? You kind of spitting, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Like,
Hey, get those fingers snapping.
Yeah, no BS, bro.
But hold on. Somebody said Toshi said really slow. That's what Toshi said. He said he really slow. David Yodo in here said, LOL, Echidna not even antagonist for season 2, part 2.
Yeah, and that's why I said like she's not really bad, because it's like she how can I say this without spoiling anything? It's like she wants you to like complete the trials, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm not going to help you. You're just gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
I remember her. I remember her because she was the person that he was talking to. Like he went to like this weird space, right? And like he was like talking to her, right?
Yeah, and that was another thing that I really enjoyed about ReZero though, because you got Subaru, who all throughout the season could not tell anybody that he could come back from death. You know what I'm saying? Death by rebirth or whatever.
Right.
He couldn't tell nobody. And then when he finally was able to talk to Echidna and actually get it off his chest, he's like, oh shit, I actually have somebody that I can talk to.
Right.
And she actually consoled him while he was going through that. And that's one of those elements of the story that really, really I could appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like that's really fucking dope. I couldn't imagine not being able to say anything for a whole season. Like I've just been dying and taking all this weight, you know what I'm saying? And watching my friends die, watching myself die. And then all of a sudden I can finally tell somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like that has to be a liberating feeling. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fair assessment.
Those little elements are things that I can appreciate about the show. But yeah, and that's another reason why I'm like, she's not really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not like, oh, I'm a villain, I'm trying to take over the world, I'm gonna, you know, ruin your lives and all this other stuff. You know, she just has a hunger for knowledge, and she will do anything to attain that knowledge. Yeah.
I'm in my garage. It's my Lamborghini in the back.
Right.
So Tamara, I really liked him, even though I thought season 5 was meh. I'm not gonna lie. I thought My Hero season 5 was meh.
Yeah.
But I liked him as a character. He had some. He had a. His story was crazy.
Yeah, when you actually saw his backstory.
When you saw his backstory, that like 3-episode arc of his backstory was deep. It was really deep, and I was like, "Oh, this dude is really hurt." So I really liked his character. How about Yano from Odd Taxi?
No, because he's not like like he is a bad guy, but it's like.
Is he just a bad guy? Bro. Like he's just like the typical.
He reminds me like you remember that game Parappa or whatever, where it's like that little dog and he's a rapper and he got like the beanie on and stuff like that, and it's like 2D. All right, well there was a game called Parappa or something like that. That's what he reminds me of, because he's always just riding around on a skateboard rapping, and then he like whenever he talks he's rapping. He's like Killer B in a sense.
Oh no.
Where he's always talking in rhymes and stuff like that. But
got you.
He's not like, he is a bad character, but as far as like everybody else on this list, he's nowhere near as complex as Echidna, nowhere near as damaged and justified as Tomura. You know what I'm saying? He's just a regular street criminal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I wouldn't put him as the best antagonist by any stretch of the means.
Personally, on this list, I think Eden's gonna win this one.
Just on popularity alone.
Yeah, popularity alone. But I think him as a character in season 4 is just I think he's fucking goated as a character. You know what he reminds me of? He's the equivalent of a character that Light is to me. Like those two characters, like protagonist turn antagonist type of. I love when anime. I haven't finished Code Geass. It was just it was again one of those things I'm like, I don't know if I'm into this, but I've heard great things. I just got to like episode, I forgot what episode I got to, but I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna stop this one. But I've heard that he's a dope character, like where it progresses in the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Eden might take this one easily. Chat, what y'all think? Y'all thinking he's taking this? Shiro says Super Crooks has characters, but Super Crooks is new, correct? Like that's a newer anime, right? Or did that come out?
Yeah, that came out this year. Well, no, it did come out in 2021. So I guess technically it could come out for these awards.
It was on Netflix, right?
Yep.
And it was a binge, like they just dropped all.
Yeah, you know how Netflix does that bullshit, man.
It's the bro.
It pissed me off with the JoJo's too.
Well, see that. Okay, so that. All right, let's talk about this really quick because, what was that Black Samurai anime that came out?
Yasuke.
Okay, I haven't seen Yasuke, right?
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. The animation is good. Don't get me wrong, but the story, bro, let me tell you something, bro. I'm not even trying to spoil no shit, but like,
okay.
I'm just trying to tell you not to waste your time. Like, literally, okay, so it's like Edo period, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got samurais and swords and shit like that, right?
Right.
Literally within the first 5 to 10 minutes, a fucking mech comes flying out of the sky. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm done with this shit. Like, I'm done with this shit, bro. You got a fucking mech in Edo, Japan. Like, the story potential was there for Yasuke. Like, you could have made it such a dope story, and then you just threw some bullshit. And they had like some werewolves and then magic and all this other stuff. I'm like, what are y'all really trying to accomplish here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It just, they really dropped the ball on that one for me. So I wouldn't waste your time with it, bro. Like, if you want to like make your own opinion, by all means, like, check it out. But personally, I'm not rocking with it, bro.
Got you.
I think it was trash.
I mean, that's fair. The thing that I was excited about, I was like, oh, like, this is a black main character. This is pretty dope, right? So yeah. I was excited about it. And then when they were like, oh, they dropped all the episodes, I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's not weekly? They're like, no, they just dropped it for binge. I was like, this is how you kill an anime, is you binge drop it.
Literally.
And it was funny because I remember on our podcast, Nitoshi and my brother were talking about it, and they're like, oh, no, that should be fine. I was like, no, bro, nobody's going to talk about this shit next week.
Facts. Yeah.
And nobody did. It was dead after a week.
JoJo dropped, and like, for like maybe a week, people talking about it. After that, nothing. Dead. And then you're going to go 3 months without dropping anything, and then you're going to drop the next, the next core or whatever, however they're doing it. I don't know. I think it's 3-month increments they're doing it. But I'm like, you're literally killing the momentum for this series. There's no anticipation for what's going to happen next. If you're a reactor like us, you got to worry about spoilers because people can just go binge watch it and then talk about it.
Right.
There's just so, and even if you're not a reactor, you can just get spoiled because people go out and watch it. You know what I'm saying? And in literally 5 hours because it's 12 episodes.
Right.
So now there's no element of surprise anymore. There's no anticipation for what's going to happen next because you can just binge it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Netflix has to stop that with anime, bro. Like, just keep your hands out of that if you're going to do that.
Hey, bro, I need you to.
If you want to do an anime original, if you want to do an anime original, this Netflix anime original, by all means, do what the fuck you want, bro. Right. But when it comes to like JoJo's, bro. You're not gonna do JoJo like that, man.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of JoJo, because I just got done with part 3, because I went back to watch it because I was like, you know what? Maybe it was. You know what it was? It was Baki, because I hated Baki because it was like, hey, let's explain everything. Let's just, hey, I punched you. Oh, well, the reason why I punched you like this is because, like, it's always like, let's over explain everything that we do. But it got to the point for me where it was so funny. Like, I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. It just made me entertain. It was just entertaining at a certain point. So I would still watch Baki stuff. And I was like, all right, well, let me relook at JoJo, because I think I'm looking at JoJo from a different angle. I'm wanting it to be this uber complex, whatever. And it's, let me look at it from just what is it giving me and taking it that way, right? And I'm starting to really like it. And this end with Dio popping up and like that, I was like, oh, this dude's killing off everybody. I was like, hold on, time out.
Yeah. Like, the tone changed real quick.
It changed real quick. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, this is actually mad entertaining. Like, but it became like, oh, they really killing his whole squad. Like, okay, this is different.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, okay. I was like, I might be on board with this.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I actually feel really bad now for all the JoJo fans that just had a dump of this start of this new season. It's like, all right, well, we get no fan week to week talks about stuff, how you get with Boba Fett that's going on right now, that to me is not really a good show, but every week people talking about it.
You're not liking it?
I'm not liking it. I like the last episode, but beside that, I was like, this is really weak to me.
Oh man, damn.
But again, you might like it. I know a lot of people like it. For me personally, I'm not digging it.
Yeah, no, I'll put my own opinion. Like, you don't like ReZero, so I'm not gonna take what you say with a grain of salt.
That's fair.
All jokes, but yeah.
But yeah, so I think Eden has this one in the bag. Fight scene, I think, we already know what's going on with the fight scene situation. All of these that I've seen, obviously Attack on Titan, the Jujutsu fights, I've seen all those, and the Naruto, the Boruto one, but I haven't seen the bottom 2. Have you seen those?
We're in Best Fight?
Kobayashi, yeah, Best Fight scene. Miss
Oh,
Kobayashi Dragon Maid.
Yeah, so I have not seen that. I've heard good things about it, but I have seen Vivi Four Eyes. That's one of my favorite anime from last year. Just because, yeah, man, like that's a really good one. It's like a futuristic anime, so it's like AI, androids. It's like iRobot kind of, but like
that sounds
anime.
fire.
It's really dope. It's really dope.
Okay.
It's got like time travel elements too. Super fire though. I definitely recommend it. The animation is beautiful. The choreography for the fights is phenomenal. So yeah, that fight was definitely crazy. But for me, man, it's that Boruto fight, bro. Like that Naruto versus Shiki, because the choreography, the build up,
even the callbacks, even the callback in the choreography.
Literally, crazy. Like they had the Naruto combo on Sasuke in there, bro. They had that whole.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I was like, nah, bro. This one takes the cake, man. So yeah, for me, it's the Boruto fight. Just because one, I'm a Naruto stan, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Hey, but at least you real about it though.
Yeah, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But the choreography from that fight was phenomenal. The stakes that were like visibly there for the fight, like okay, like if Naruto does not beat this guy, they're all going to die. Right. And not only that, but Naruto had to do it without expending a lot of energy. So you had to literally sit there and counter fight, and then attack when you could find time to attack. So that fight was just crazy. And then like the voice change when he was talking, bro. I was like, yo, like just everything that happened.
We haven't, fire. You know what's crazy? Because when we talk about like sauce characters, Naruto's not really saucy. He's not a saucy character, but he has moments where he sauces up, right? Like when he shows up and fights Pain, like saucy moment. Like you're like, oh shit, that's a saucy moment. So this, what's crazy? Boruto, for the anime, not my favorite anime, but when it adapts the manga, it does a phenomenal job. Like its adaptation of manga canon material, I think it does that material better in the anime than it does in the manga. Because the fight in the manga was dope, but the fight was way better in the anime. Like, not even close.
That's why I like watching or reading Battle Shonen manga, because and it's not like just like Naruto and Boruto in and of themselves are more complex than just Battle Shonen, but Battle Shonen is a big part of it.
Right.
So I like reading those mangas because it's like, okay, I can read the fight, but watching it animated is a whole different experience. Same thing with Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I read the manga on Demon Slayer. I know everything's going to happen, but seeing the fights animated and knowing Ufotable is doing it, I'm like, bro, I cannot wait to see what they're about to do with this. So that's like reading Battle Shonen manga is completely different than reading something like if you read like a light novel for ReZero, where it's like very plot based, story based.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, I'm just watching it just to watch at this point. I already know everything's gonna happen. I know the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not really looking forward to animated fights and choreography and stuff like that. So yeah. So it's crazy though, bro. It's crazy.
That fight was nuts. It was just dope. Like the whole sequence, again, like you said, the stakes that were involved were awesome. The Yuji Itadori and Toro fight, Besto Friendo, that fight was awesome as well. I think, to me personally, out of the things that I've seen, because I can't really speak on Vivi, I know some people in the chat said it's super fire.
Yeah, definitely.
But Yuji Itadori, that fight was so dope to me. It didn't have the choreography that Naruto had, but it definitely had like the spectacle, the crazy environmental aspect of it that was really dope. And the animation quality was so damn high. And that's something that Jujutsu Kaisen, I think Mappa nailed with Jujutsu Kaisen. I think they nailed it better with that than Attack on Titan, because I don't think it's really hitting with Attack on Titan the same way.
Attack on Titan is very much like, I wouldn't even consider Attack on Titan really a battle shonen. It's more so just like
it's not.
It's story based. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Like there's fights in it, but it's not like, I'm not watching the fight like, damn, I'm trying to see like how these Titans get down with the fight, the hand-to-hand combat. You know, like it's nothing like that. It's very plot and story based. So
and we were actually talking. Me and Toshi were talking about this on the last podcast. Every Monday we have like we call it Anime Super Sunday. That's what I've been calling it for like the past 3 weeks. And doing polls on Demon Slayer versus Attack on Titan, right? Because like you got these two animes. Did you do that
on purpose, bro?
No, but it's just I'm an ass guy, so it just kind of bleeds into stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, I am mad at it.
I am too. After show ass, So it's like, hey, but
everywhere.
but we were talking about it and we were like, look, there's more fighting in Jujutsu Kaisen first season than the entirety of AOT, because AOT is not a fighting anime. It's not at all. It's a drama as fuck. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? So in this, I like that fight was cool, but I don't even know why that fight is on here. Like, I'm pretty sure there was other fight. Wasn't there another fight in Boruto? To me, that was better than the Attack on Titan fight.
You had the
what about
you had
the Ishiki fight? I'm not the Ishiki fight. Kawaki
Koji?
when he saw stuff. Was that year as well?
That was dope. My only thing about that fight is it wasn't really a fight. It was more of a massacre. Literally, Kawaki, like when Kawaki turned up, he literally
he bodied him up. He bodied him.
Yeah, I think he like tore his arm. I can't remember exactly the whole sequence, but there wasn't a whole lot of hand-to-hand combat. It was literally like it all occurred within like a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, all right, don't touch me, pig. And then he literally like point blank eviscerated him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was it. That was the extent of the fight. It wasn't really anything crazy. Whereas you got Naruto versus Shiki, that was a whole drawn out sequence, well choreographed. We saw it pan out for like 3 to 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Of just straight action. And then someone mentioned Kashin Koji versus Shiki. I wouldn't really go with that one because that one was kind of very one-sided, and it was more depressing than anything.
It was more depressing too, and I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't think the animation was all that fire, to be honest.
No, they didn't throw a lot of budget at that one, honestly. So yeah, that one wasn't too crazy in my opinion. So yeah.
But chat, let us know what you guys think. I think both me and Sherm are on the same page with this one. I think we're both going Boruto on this one. Dope fights for Jujutsu, but I think that goes to Boruto. Best director. Now here's the big thing for me. I don't know what the director does on animes. And I think in this is a very it's a very complex voting category that normal people are just going to vote on what anime they liked.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
On a film team, the director does a specific type of a job, right? But what's the director's duty? And do the majority of anime fans know what the director's duty is in an anime?
So I think I watched a couple of videos on this. If I remember correctly, I believe that the director is responsible for the storyboarding. So they make sure that all of the events are sequenced and things are panned out and ran through the way they're supposed to be ran through, excuse me. I think. So if we're going based off that, because I don't think they have anything to do with the choreography or anything like that, with the fight scenes and stuff like that. I think that's I can't remember, because they have teams. Like, they have different teams when it comes to animation. Like, you got your actual animators, you have your director, you have there's like a board, an animation board that each team has, and they like go over technicalities and discussions and storyboard and all that other stuff. But that's on a scale way above the casual anime fans' knowledge. So this is definitely going to be Attack on Titan, I'm assuming, just because people are going to be like, yeah, Attack on Titan is the most popular one. But I would go more towards see, that one's kind of tough though, because so specifying core 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, not core 1.
Right.
Damn. It's between those two, honestly. Like, I saw Sunny Boy a little bit, and if I remember correctly, the issue with that, if you want to call it an issue, is everything that happens in the story is out of sequence. So like,
I love that. It's non-linear.
Yeah, it's not linear. So like, if you've ever heard of the series called Garden of Sinners, it's okay. So it's a 10-part movie series animated by Ufotable. Okay. But the movies, if you watch them in release order, it's like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Because like, literally everything is all over the place. Like, you'll be like in October of 1987, and then the next movie you'll be in, December of 1982, and you're like, how do we go to the past? You know what I'm saying? In the next sequence of the movie. But there's a sequential order you can watch them in. Same concept with Sunny Boy. I think there's an order that you have to watch the episodes in.
Got it.
So and depending on who you ask, that might be, you know, the better decision as far as directing is concerned.
Well, here's my question: are all of these adaptations from a manga?
I believe Sunny Boy and Wonder Egg Party are the only anime originals up here. I want to say Sunny Boy's anime original. I can't remember.
So this is where I have an issue with it. Is as a director coming if your job is to set up storyboard, that's what the manga is. The manga is a storyboard. It's literally, especially when it comes to Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a manga that is written to be animated. Like if you've read chapter, like even to season 4, if you've read it, you can read it and you know exactly how it's going to be animated. Like they have like flashback moments, like, oh, this is a flashback moment. Like you can just feel it as you're reading it. It's written to be animated. Unlike some other shonen that are written and then they have to adapt it. And you're like, oh, why did they change this? Or why did they do this? Like, well, it was actually just designed to be read. It wasn't really designed to be animated. So this is where things kind of get tricky because certain animes are like, oh, well, it looks exactly like the manga. And then some are like, well, why is it so different? This is where this gets, again, very confusing from a production standpoint, where if you're saying Sunny Boy and Wonder Egg are completely top to bottom original, no manga adaptation, you could argue that it's a more difficult challenge to completely say, all right, well, we need to storyboard a brand new story out of nowhere.
Yeah, so, absolutely, because there's no baseline, there's no reference. You're literally making this up as you go. Well, whoever conceptually made the idea, you're consulting with them and you're saying, okay, what is your vision? How can I help bring this vision to life? What can I do to make this what you are envisioning? You know?
So yeah, I don't have a vote in this because I don't really understand. I don't understand the category. To be honest, I really don't get it.
Oh, my bad. No, I just looked it up. So apparently, and this is saying in the animation industry. So I don't know if animation is saying roughly animation, like whether that's, you know, Western or Eastern animation, but it's saying that the directors hold the creative vision of an animated film or TV series. They work out the style of the animation, its mood, how it will look and how it will sound. They share the vision and get everyone working towards it. And directors sometimes create the original designs for the characters. So I guess in this instance with the anime originals, they would be doing that. Right. And they direct the teams working on the design, storyboard, layout, and background animation. And sometimes they recruit the teams too. Right. I know they do a lot of outsourcing too. Not the directors per se, but like the animators, they'll animate like the major keyframes and then they'll outsource the in-between frames to like, the in-betweens, the smaller companies, just to save money and time and things like that. So
that's fair. I mean, if that's what we're going off of, again, I've only seen 2 of the anime that are on here. I would probably have to say Jujutsu. Just because I don't know, going off of music and what was done in that anime and the tone, that shit was fucking wild. But again, it's just because Attack on Titan was literally, it was almost a carbon copy of the manga. It was, you know what I'm saying?
No, like they copied their whole flow, bro, bar for bar.
Yeah. Whole flow.
Yeah. So for me, I would give it to Wonder Egg Party because one is anime original.
Right.
So there's a lot of innovation that you have to do. And 2, the animation is so good, bro. Like the animation is good. They have fights in there. And it's just, do you watch Black Clover? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You remember episode 151 where the captains were fighting and stuff like that? That same director was involved in some of the sequences on Wonder Egg Party, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was the same one. Or he was involved in one of the Black Clover like major episodes. And man, like I'm telling you, bro, like those sequences in Wonder Egg Party, for such a catastrophic ending, it's got a fire ass story. Like there was so much potential with the story, bro. Like I loved it.
You said it didn't end well. The end was disappointing.
It was just the last episode, bro. Literally the last episode. Messed up. It just put a bad taste in my mouth. But everything else was phenomenal.
Okay.
If you can just watch it and just not watch the last episode and just wonder what if, that would be a better ending in my opinion.
That's fair. Best animation. This one is going to be interesting. Demon Slayer, we got Jujutsu Kaisen, Mushoku Tensei, Miss Koabashi's Dragon Maid, Vivi, and Wonder Egg Priority. This one is this is a dope list, by the way.
It is.
Because I've seen clips of certain, some of these from trailers and stuff like that, and I know visually they look stunning. Because I remember Toshi, we're on a stream, and I'm not 100% sure who sent it to us, but they're like, you gotta see Wonder Egg Priority, and we saw some, like, chick punch this person, they turned to, like, little I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, the animation is phenomenal in that. Mushoku Tensei is, I love that anime, but I think the animation style and quality is so high, and it has a filmic texture to it. It has like a film grain. It looks old.
Rough around the edges.
I love that. There's something about that I really like. Jujutsu is goated. Demon Slayer is fucking goated. Like, but I haven't seen fully Vivi or Miss Kobayashi or Wonder Egg. So from your perspective, I'm assuming you've seen the majority of these.
I've seen all these except for Kobayashi.
Okay.
And I've seen clips from Kobayashi. Demon Slayer, bro. It's not even a question for me. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. All of these are very well animated. Like, I wouldn't be mad if anybody chose anything else, but the amount of detail that is in the animation with Demon Slayer, how they blend the CGI and make it look real.
Yeah.
There's no competition. Like, it's literally like I'm watching, like, and obviously it was a movie, so the budget obviously is going to be way larger than, what Jujutsu Kaisen got or what, Mushoku Tensei got. Right. But, oh my God, bro.
Yeah,
that animation was insane, bro. Like that, like we're arguing animation. We're not arguing art style, because that's obviously subjective. Like the Mushoku Tensei details, that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're talking strictly animation, it's Demon Slayer. There's no question about it. Yeah, like this, for me, there's no conversation with that one. Like Demon Slayer all the way.
This one, I think a lot of people are gonna get this confused of art style versus animation quality. We haven't seen, there isn't any other anime out right now that knows how to properly blend and utilize 3D assets. Demon Slayer is the only one where you're like, yo, this 3D looks solid as fuck. And they use it most of the time in environments.
Yeah, bro, like literally, like if you watch the Demon Slayer episodes, like you'll see like when they're like zoomed out, the characters will be CGI, but you can't tell. Bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how good they are with the blending. Like it's insane.
It's really good. It's really good. Somebody, Anime Freak, he said, Rise of the Lolly Hero will someday find Nofumi.
Do you know what he's talking about?
No, I don't.
So, have you heard of the anime Bofuri?
No.
Where the long title is, I maxed out my defense because I don't want to get hurt. So that's the long title. It's called Bofuri, though. And you've seen the Rising Shield Hero, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know who Nofumi is. So the premise of the anime is in the title. I maxed out my defense because I don't want to get hurt. So it's this girl. She is a defense class. She has a shield, and she literally is a tank, and she like just absorbs damage and just massively OP because of this. And in my opinion, that isekai is one of the truest definitions of what a MMORPG actually is and how it plays and what it's like. So for me, I mean, it's a mindless watch. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this, and it's just good vibes, and I'm just having fun being here. You know what I'm saying? There's no depth to it. You don't have to think too much about it, but it's the truest representation of an MMORPG that I've ever seen out of all the isekais that are out there. Well, comparative to like Sword Art Online and Overlord has those elements as well, but it's really, really good. I definitely recommend it. Okay.
So best character design, we got Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Ranking of Kings, Vivi, Odd Taxi, Skate Infinity, and Wonder Egg Priority. And on this list, I've seen one of them. So, again, going off of best character design, I have seen images of the characters from maybe 4 of these. I still think Jujutsu Kaisen has this in a bag. Personally, from my personal preference of character design, I really like the character design in Jujutsu Kaisen. What about you?
Odd Taxi, for me, Odd Taxi's kind of just basic, it's just like, okay, like they're animals,
right?
But they're wearing regular clothes, so I mean, it's not really like anything extravagant.
It's like a B-Star vibe.
Yeah, essentially, like anthropomorphic and personified as a human and stuff like that.
Right.
Ranking of Kings, the character design's unique and not bad. but it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing crazy. Skate Infinity, I have seen some of the characters from that, and their characters are pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like the aesthetic that they have is really, really fire. Vivi, pretty bland, honestly. It's nothing extravagant, like I said. One Ray Priority, they're dope. But again, they're just high school girls wearing like their high school street clothes. They don't change outfits or anything like that throughout the series. It's pretty basic. So it would be for me between Skate and Jujutsu Kaisen. But I'm trying to think, because Jujutsu Kaisen, most of the characters are wearing the school uniforms. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like the one-offs that aren't wearing the uniforms, but outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Like they're the basic, you know, shonen hairstyles. You know, they got the school uniforms on. Gojo's outfit is literally a long sleeve, jean, or not jeans, but pants. You know, some wingtip, whatever the hell he's wearing. I don't even know what he's wearing. He's not wearing wingtips. It's like a chukka or something like that.
Right. And
then he has like the blindfold. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing he got going for him is his eyes.
Right.
So that's a cute nigga, but yeah. But I don't know, man. I'll probably give it to Skate, bro, because they got some unique designs out there. Like their shit is pretty fire. Their designs are fire. From what I've seen, like their characters are like, oh, that's dope. Like they give me kind of like a street version of Bleach. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Bleach had those really out there character designs and like crazy transformations are really fire. If you take Bleach and put it in like a street skate fashion era, I could kind of see it in that sense. So
that's fair. I mean, with Jujutsu, I think a lot of it comes from the actual demon side of things for me, not necessarily just the main school character. But even in the school, like you have some of the other teams that have just even though they're in the uniform, just like their actual visual, like the bear dude, really interesting. Some of Panda, he's dope. The guy that just doesn't speak, he just has a unique feel to him. But one of the animes that I thought should have been on here personally is actually Tac Op Destiny. I loved the character designs of the music arts. I thought the music arts were like really fucking cool. I was like, these are fucking dope. Did
you finish that?
Yeah, I just finished it. The story is okay, but the music was fun. I love music, so. Yeah. The music was incredible. I thought the concept was so unique. And the animation was crazy. The animation was actually super dope, which is wild to me. Which is wild to me why it wasn't even nominated for best animation. But I thought the animation was super high.
It definitely was. So for that aspect with Tactile, I mean, in my opinion, the train wreck of the ending that it had, because I hated
the ending was weird, bro. I was like, okay. I like what they're doing. I like they're trying to set stuff up, but it definitely wasn't as climactic as it could have been.
Yeah, and again, I get it. It was like a promo for their, mobile game or whatever.
Oh, was it?
So, yeah, it's a mobile game, and that was like a promo for the game, basically, like to get you, interested in the game. So it's literally like their press run. for the mobile game. It's literally a mobile game, bro. Yeah, so that's why the story kind of fell flat in its face at the end, because there was really no direction for it. You know what I'm saying? It was just promoted, quick cash grab, and then get in, get out.
Got it.
But that's why the ending was just convoluted all over the place, and it was just weird. And you had like Anna kissing Takt, and I'm just like,
I was like, where'd that come from? I was like, where'd they?
I was like, bro, what? I was like, there was no tension building this entire anime, and just out of nowhere, you just kiss him. I'm like, what?
And she even said, like, I don't even know I kissed you just now.
Yeah, I don't know why they animated me to do that, but it was in the storyboard, so here we are.
No, there was no consent.
But that aside, the animation was phenomenal. Like, because there was a conjunction of Madhouse and Mappa. I know they would switch off on the episodes. So episode 1 was Madhouse, episode 2 was Mappa. I think Mappa or Madhouse did majority of the high action, high animation scenes, and then Mappa did more of the slice of life. We're going to and from point A to point B animations and stuff like that. But it was beautiful, and in those moments where it turns up, and that might be why they didn't give it best animation, was because when Mappa was doing it, no disservice to Mappa, but it was just those smaller, in between, we're going to point A, point B, So they didn't really put too much budget in those things, you know what I'm saying? Because it was an adventure anime, I guess you want to classify it as that, adventure slash fantasy, slash drama.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't that captivating for me though, honestly, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of it.
Someone said Attack that was Final Fantasy side quest. It literally felt like have you played Final Fantasy 15?
No.
It literally felt like Final Fantasy 15. Like when it first started, you're in the desert with the car and stuff and going to like these cafes and stuff in the desert. It literally felt like you were watching Final Fantasy 15 playing out. For what it's worth. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, the ending was just, I was very confused.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
I was like, I don't really get it. I was like, but okay.
Yeah.
Best score. Now this one's interesting because again, I think.
The bathroom real quick. Give me like.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Do your thing. Freak a leak. So chat real quick. How y'all feeling so far? Anything you feel snub wise in any of the categories we covered? Do you think there's any animes that should have been in so far that hasn't been represented properly? David said Takeout was such wasted potential. It had a lot, and I just felt like it was like the end was really, I was like, what? I was like, okay. I was like, I like what was done, but like, man, like, yeah, that one's rough. Let me see. We got Takeout, just Final Fantasy side quests. I know, right? Wasted potential. Even directors, animators, producers, and industry say it's not about the budget. Shiro Takeda said, even the directors, animators, producer, and insiders say it's not about the budget. Look, bro. I have to say this.
What we saying?
Somebody said even the directors, animators, producer, and insiders say it's not about the budget. Are you talking about the quality of an anime's animation? Because I would have to 100% disagree with you. It's always about budget.
Yeah, it's about budget. And I would also, before anybody says anything, yes, I'll wash my hands. Don't start with me tonight. But I know somebody could be like, hey, did you wash your hands? But yeah, I feel like budget is a huge part. I also though feel like time is a big part too, because if you don't have the time, it doesn't matter how much budget you have, because you need certain people. Because obviously everybody can't draw the same. Like you need the budget to one, secure the animators, the team, and then two, you need the time to actually get it animated, because when you're doing such complex animations and things that are that prevalent, you have to make sure that you have the time allocated to actually do it properly, or else you're gonna just have a shit show. So
I have a question for you. Have you read Solo Leveling?
I have.
Okay. There's a rumor. There's a rumor running around. Some people said it's confirmed, and I haven't found a confirmation yet. But there's a rumor going around that Funimation and MAPPA have solidified a deal to do it. I haven't. Again, I looked yesterday. I could not find a confirmation from either MAPPA or Funimation, besides people just theorizing and rumors floating. I haven't seen a confirmation from a studio yet.
This is like the speculation of the Spider-Man movie, like who was going to be in it and stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that. I mean, because that one was more so like the people saw certain people on set, and there was like leaks from like, so it was very different. But thoughts on, if we're talking about animation, what studio would you trust to do Solo Leveling?
I got a few actually.
Okay.
You're affordable, obviously.
100%.
MAPPA.
Okay.
Madhouse.
Okay.
David Productions.
What did David do?
They did Fire Force. They did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else David Productions did. They did something else. I can't remember. And Studio Kyoto. If I had to get 5.
Okay.
Those 5, I would trust doing Solo Leveling. Okay. Because those 5 have done bangers after bangers. You know what I'm saying?
They've done bangers at the bangers. Here's my counter to
Wit is good, but I will put all those over Wit personally.
my biggest thing. The reason I actually kind of went with Wit and Ufotable and Studio Pierrot is probably because they have experience with swords in animation. And for me, with what we like, Solo Leveling is different from a lot of the manga adaptations we've seen because there is an expectation of art quality already. Right? Like you reading Solo, you're like, this is gorgeous. Like the panels are crazy. Like the coloring is incredible. So there's like a level of expectation of visual already that people are going to have versus a black and white panel. You know what I mean? Like where it's not, you don't really know saturation. You don't know the color choices. You don't know the tone of, you know what I'm saying? The hues of what they're going to go with.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, okay, one, who can deliver the grit that it kind of has, but it doesn't, it's really clean. It's a really clean art style, which is why I kind of lean on Ufotable. And we know that from Demon Slayer, like they deliver crazy sword animation. But then I believe Studio Pierrot did Bleach, correct?
Was it? Oh, damn, it's gonna piss me off. I literally just saw it when I watched the damn Bleach trailer.
David, appreciate you, brother.
I know Pierre did Naruto. I'm trying to remember if they did Bleach too, though. I want to say they did. I think so.
Guys, if you guys can confirm or let us know in the chat, they said yes, they did. Somebody said yes, they did. Bleach to me, animation was crazy, like almost all the time. So I was like, man, that'd be interesting. But the studios that you brought up are definitely there. Mappa to me is just, I'm scared just based on AOT. That's the only reason why. I'm like, man, I like the details that Mappa adds to AOT, but I just don't feel the action that they brought to that series is the right. Maybe it's just for that series. I mean, I think maybe Wit Studios just did that style better than Mappa did for that anime. Maybe that's what I'm judging it off of.
Yeah, because Wit actually hand drew all the Titans, opposed to or digital art, whatever. It's still by hand. It's not CGI.
Right.
And then obviously Mappa went with the CGI route just because it's quicker. You know what I'm saying? You make you literally make a model and then you just rig it, and then you can make the movements and all that other stuff. So it's easier and more cost efficient, and that's why they did that way. Obviously, time constraints too. You know, obviously you want to make sure you get out in a timely manner.
Right.
I want to say when we're thinking of Mappa, I would more so lean towards like Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what I'm saying? Because if they did Solo Leveling how they did Jujutsu Kaisen, I would have no concern. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, I know they're gonna do it justice. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you don't have to. And because Solo Leveling didn't really have such complex things you had to deal with, like Titans, like multiple Titans and movements and fights like that, and in conjunction. You know what I'm saying? Because animating a Titan is a lot of detail, because you have to animate muscle fibers and all the other stuff. Like there's a lot that goes into it. Whereas Solo Leveling, it's like, okay, this is one badass versus like mob of monsters, and then he has his like summonings and stuff when he says rise and all that.
Right.
That shit is fire. I can't wait when it does get animated. I can't wait.
Sauce Jinwoo is the one. He's the one.
Yeah. Facts.
That dude is crazy.
But yeah, I could see Wit though as well. I'm just going based off of like all the animes I've seen from Mappa, all the animes I've seen from Ufotable, all the animes I've seen from Studio Kyoto, all the animes I've seen from Madhouse. Because let's not forget, Madhouse did One Punch Man season 1, and that shit was insane.
It was a banger.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Banger.
Who did Mob Psycho? Who was that?
Was it Madhouse as well?
I want to say it was, but I don't think so. Let me see.
They said Chainsaw better go crazy. Where is Chainsaw? Where is it? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Damn it. You over here, you pulling a Tesla right now. I don't know. Where is it?
Oh, Studio Bone. How did I forget about Studio
Bone? Okay.
Yeah. Because Studio Bones is My Hero. They did.
Right.
I
mean, Studio Bones is when they're on. So
yeah, my only issue with Studio Bones is they have like that prioritization issue where they're like, okay, we're gonna give this movie all this this attention,
all the resources. Yeah,
right. They take all their good animators, throw them at the movie, and then when you've got your actual series, it's like, we're just gonna give you. And to be fair, it was like, nah, bro, because they could have made that Mario fight fire as fuck.
I agree.
Nah.
He's like, no, you're not giving that. No, we're not giving that.
Because people was like, oh, well, what we got was better than what was in the manga. I don't give a fuck, bro. Because if you talk about what happens in manga and you're watching fights in manga, it's literally panels.
It's panels.
And you're
stills.
saying like, there's stills. You know what I'm saying? Anything is gonna be better than the manga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do a slideshow and the anime is better than manga, but there's always a level of improvisation when it comes to animating manga panels for fights because you're adding choreography that is not present in the manga. So I don't buy into that whole, it was better than what we got in the manga narrative, because obviously no shit is gonna be better than what you get in the manga. But yeah.
Yo, talk your shit. I appreciate it.
Nah, bro, because people was coming for our necks, bro. When we was talking about it, I was like, nah, bro, we're not going down like this. Like I'm not going.
That's the manga purist argument. Mm-hmm. It's like, guys, look, they're still images, bro. They're stills. Yeah. You can draw tons of detail in something that doesn't move. Like I'm sorry, like that's why it's a still. So we got VAs, best Japanese performances. I don't really watch a lot of animes in English, but we got Gabby's character, we got Eren Yeager, we got Orakawa, we got A, and we got Komoko, and then Daisuke.
My bad.
What up?
Did we say best score is my fault? I completely like.
Oh shit! Yeah. What was the best score? I went way off track.
Yeah. So I've seen Vivi, which was good. Mm-hmm. Odd Taxi was dope. Wonder Egg Party was dope, and then Demon Slayer, the movie, obviously. As far as the score is concerned, because score is like that's not soundtrack, right? That's not OST. Scoring is like the actual like
it's what's within this in the show.
So like sound effects, like
no, it'll be the music
and stuff like that.
It'll be a sound.
Oh, it's just music.
Yeah, it's just music. That's the score.
I don't know, man, because like so, Demon Slayer for me, like I really like how it's like almost traditional Japanese music, like the way it sounds and like the soundtracks, like all that stuff, and it just elevates the animation for me. Right. Odd Taxi was dope because they had a lot of like pop culture music, so like some hip hop was in there. They had a lot of kind of almost lo-fi stuff going on in the background, so that one was dope too. Mm-hmm. Wonder Egg Party was kind of like that one wasn't all that great to me personally. Right. And then Vivi, I can't even remember, bro. Like I was so captivated by what was happening in Vivi that I didn't really pay too much attention to the actual soundtrack. Right. And then obviously I haven't seen 86 and I haven't seen Megalobox season 2, so I can't speak to those two. But if I had to choose, I would probably go with Demon Slayer. Just because, like I said, I feel like that traditional Japanese style of music elevates it that much more, and it makes it seem more like samurai based and traditional, opposed to just, whatever's going on in the background with Odd Taxi at the time, Right. So
yeah. I mean, I'm with you on the Demon Slayer just because that's the only one I've seen, but I still personally think that Tac Op should have been in this. The music was so good. It was so good in it. So and I think it was unique. So but maybe that's just because I had never seen anything I've never heard anything like that in an anime. I was like, are they really taking classical music and turning it into scores for like I just thought that was very different. I was like, this is crazy.
That was dope. And then I think that they were named, like the music cards were actually named after compositions too. Not all of them, but I think some of them were. Yeah. So that was dope too.
That's actually fire.
Yeah.
Very unique.
It was dope. Yeah, no, Tact was fire for those elements.
Yeah, for those elements, for sure.
Yeah.
So best VA performances, what do you think, man? Like, do you think there's anybody that should be on this list? Let's start there because.
And hell yes, bro. Come on, man. We got our boy. What's his name? It's like Kenjiro Suda, the one that did Overhaul. He voiced what is homeboy's name and Mushoku Tensei, the dragon one. I can't remember his name. The dragon god.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Starts with an O, I think.
But was
Orsted.
was that both in 20? Yeah, it was all in 2021.
Well, overall it wasn't, but Orsted was in 2021.
Yeah.
That's who he voiced. Who else did he voice in 2021? He voiced the God figure in Mushoku, not Mushoku, but To Your Eternity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
voiced
dope.
he voiced the God figure. That was dope. I feel like that would probably be one of the best ones, honestly, because like his voice is just so menacing but soothing at the same time. It's weird.
Right.
Like it fits the perfect villain and or mysterious character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if we're going based off this list, I haven't watched Lupin the Third Part 6. Haven't watched So What, So I'm a Spider, So What.
That name is so crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, these isekais get weirder and weirder with the names.
Yeah, bro.
They just get longer and longer. I would say out of the ones that I've seen, I'd probably give it to Aaron. Because he's just like just hearing him talking now is way different than hearing him when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And he's like you can hear the anguish and the struggle and all the stuff that he's been through in his voice. Like you hear all that, and you get all those elements, and I think that's really, really dope. So I would probably go with Aaron because you can hear his frustrations, and you can hear all the emotions that he goes through.
Right.
And I would make a case though for Otokawa though, because Otokawa, so his voice actor is actually Tanjiro's voice actor, and he sounds completely
very different.
Okay, he sounds nothing like Tanjiro. I'm like, oh, so he definitely showed out for that role. So I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna give it to
Otokawa. He's like, I'm changing my answer.
I'm changing my answer. Yeah,
I mean, that's
Otokawa because I had no idea it was Tanjiro's voice actor. Like normally you can hear a voice actor, you could be like, okay, yeah, that's so and so probably, or you know, I heard that voice before. Otokawa, I had no idea that was Tanjiro's voice actor. So yeah, he definitely put in work.
Yeah, I mean,
shouts out to Natsuki. I
can only pick between Gabby and Eden because that's all I've seen on here. But I actually really like Gabby's voice actor. Gabby's a dope character. Like she's super complex, and I like when characters can make people hate them. Like
that means they're a well-written character.
They're a well-written character, and I love that. But yeah, I would probably have to agree with you with Eden, but I know you picked Otokawa. I can't really pick because I haven't seen all of them. Voice actor for English though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't pick at all because I don't really watch anime in English. So
subs over dubs, baby. I ain't seen none of these in dub.
You know, I've seen a couple animes that I just have thrown on if I'm cooking or something like that. I just want an anime on it without throwing it in English. But
yeah, best
opening sequence. Okay,
like OPs.
Or? So this part is interesting because while I did like Jujutsu Kaisen's second opener, I loved its first opener. Like, I actually loved the first opener. But the second one, it was cool for me. Attack on Titan, it was cool. It wasn't the... That's still my favorite.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite. If it was
this OP,
this OP goes.
Yeah, this one is crazy.
This one's crazy. You know what's wild is a lot of people there's a lot of animes don't do the rock well.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of saucy rock Japanese OPs.
I can name a few.
There's a good handful, but a lot of them don't really. It feels generic rock. It doesn't feel like, oh, y'all really in a rock bag right now. But the new one is fire. The new one is super dope. Ugh.
It is insane.
So on this list,
To Your Eternity is not up here though,
bruh.
That is such a fire opening, bro.
Bruh.
If that was up here, I would have been like, no question, To Your Eternity
for sure.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Utada Hikaru is undefeated, bro. Undefeated since Kingdom Hearts days.
Bro, I really don't understand that anime. That anime should be on a lot of these lists, bro, and it's really pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. To Your Eternity, just that whole anime to me was crazy. The whole anime was crazy, but that OP was fire. So yeah, I personally think it should have been on this list. I don't know why it's not. How is Tokyo Avengers opening here? Extro says, Yeah.
That one was like that
Yeah.
that one wasn't bad. It was kind of a bop, but I wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't anything crazy. For me personally. Beastars was dope. I like theirs. That was the did you see Beastars? I can't remember. Okay. So yeah, their OP was dope. Beastars has some of the best OPs out there. Like
Oh,
the
really?
first season's OP was fire.
Okay.
And the second season's OP is fire as well.
Okay.
But I would probably out of all these though, I wasn't really feeling the Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2 opening like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Kobayashi, I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak to that. Attack on Titan final season part 1, wasn't really feeling that OP. Like it grew on me, don't get me wrong, but out of all these here, Odd Taxi is a banger, bro.
Oh,
that's my vote.
Okay.
Odd Taxi is a vibe, bro. I'm trying to tell you, that one is insane, bro. Like that shit is fire, bro. That shit is crazy. Guys, like you don't even gotta watch the anime. Just listen to the OP, bro. You be like, yo, this is a bop.
Okay.
Like I have it in my playlist. I literally listen to it.
Bro, when I go to the gym, the first song I play is fucking the OP from Jujutsu Kaisen's Core 1. That's the first thing when I go to the gym. Like
nice.
That shit, I don't know why. That's a dope ass rock intro. That shit is fucking sick, bro. But yeah, so best ending sequence. Let's see. Honestly, I didn't watch the Mugen Train arc because I was like, look, I watched the movie. I'm not gonna watch the anime. I'm not gonna watch it again. But I didn't know what the ending was for that.
The ending wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Okay. I liked it. For me, I'm going with Shogeki from Attack on Titan season 1. I don't even need to watch the other ones, bro. That one was such a vibe, bro. The one where they ended and it had like the birds flying and stuff. And
oh yeah, that shit was actually tight. That shit was
that
actually
joint is crazy, bro. That's a vibe. Like that. That was like, I don't even need to see the other ones, bro. Yeah. I don't need to see them. Like that one for me, best ending sequence out of what was presented. If I had to add something, let me see, what was a dope ED from 2021? I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
Was JoJo good?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't put it up there though, personally.
Okay, I have a question for you because this is actually a really interesting topic right now.
Okay.
Boruto ending was good. Now, in the majority of these categories, they are seasonal animes, except for best fight. Boruto was in there when it's not really it's a weekly shonen, right?
Right.
So, do you think weekly shonen should be included in some of these, or should it just be seasonal? Because it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, if you have like best this, best that, it's like, well, this series, it's weighted a little bit different, right? Like that'd be like One Piece. It's like, well, if you put that in there, so well, why isn't One Piece on any of these? If that's the case,
yeah,
like it's really really strange. How do you feel about like weekly versus seasonal?
I think it's okay if it falls within that year, of course, but when it comes to those weekly shonens, they suffer from the issue of, it's week to week. So the animation is not going to be good every week. It's not going to be fire. It's not going to be consistently well animated through and through. Whereas your seasonal animes, it's like, okay, we have this timeline to get it out. We have this budget. We're going to go with this staff. Let's make it happen. And then you can have more of a baseline as far as animation is concerned. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I'm thinking Black Clover is gonna go that direction. I'm hoping they do.
I really do. It needs seasonal.
Yeah, it was rough watching it weekly because the animation was so god awful.
Bro, it was so peaky though. It would be like, wow, and then it's like, what? Like it was so peaky, bro. But I really liked I did really like the show. I didn't think it needed I think it got unnecessary hate too much at the beginning, because I was watching it and people were like, oh, it's trash, blah blah, and I was like, bro, this isn't that bad. Like I don't know why like it just went but anyways.
At first I was a little apprehensive about watching it because like I was watching like the first few episodes. I'm like, bro, this is literally a reskin of Naruto. But as I watched it, it started to kind of make its own identity and form its own mold. And I was like, okay, I can see where they're going. They still had the baseline of Naruto. Like I really do feel like they got a lot of inspiration from Naruto, but they ended up forming their own identity for the characters and going in their own direction as it progressed. So I was like, okay, I can rock with this. And I'm current on the manga now, and it's really fucking dope. So
okay. I'm at the
the manga's fire, bro.
I'm
the art now.
You might have to start reading. Hey, Toshi, if you still in here, you might have to start reading that, bro.
It's like that, bro. I definitely recommend it.
So best action. All right. This one to me is kind of stuck between two. I haven't seen obviously Vivi, Wonder Egg, or SS, but I think it's between Jujutsu and Demon Slayer. Primarily just because Jujutsu Kaisen, every episode had action. Every.
Yep. Yeah. So for me, personally, it's Jujutsu Kaisen. There's no question about it because it's literally all action.
Yeah.
It is the definition of a battle show. It's all action, and the moments when they do have action, it's just like chef's kiss, bro. It's insane. Yeah. And when Gojo pulls up,
nigga.
Oh my god,
bro,
it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, he's one of the sauciest characters I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen has best action hands down. I haven't seen Quadruple S Denizen.
Denizen? I don't know. It sounds like
Denizen. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Studio Trigger's doing it though, so it's probably it's bright
fire
and vivid colors. Wonder Egg Party was dope, but it wasn't. Well, I'm not even saying it wasn't all action because they almost every episode they was fighting, throwing hands with some weird oblong looking thing, but it wasn't all that crazy. Vivi was dope, but it was like one-off action sequences here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like I think total there was like maybe I want to say 4 major fights in that series. I want to say 4 or 5.
Right.
But we're at like Jujutsu Kaisen just all action, bro. It's all smoke.
Well, it was just funny. Somebody said Thomas said baseball episode. Baseball it's an action, bro. It's an like not action would be like this is just story.
We're talking about one episode out of 24, like or 25.
But it was sports. Sports is still action. It's just not fighting action.
That was like a filler. Like a filler episode.
It was like filler, but it still added to Megumi's character. Because then they followed his whole shit from the next episode. Because Gojo was talking to him about something about like why aren't you like going all out? Like you're not fulfilling your potential. But yeah, to me, I think Jujutsu Kaisen's taking this one. Is there any anime that you think that should be on this list? Do you think anybody got snubbed off of best action? Just on the nomination. I don't think anybody's beaten Jujutsu Kaisen from last year, but
I got you. Oh man, honestly, bro, no, I can't think of anything in 2021 that really stood out to me as far as action is concerned. I mean, obviously Vivi, was dope, but I can't think of anything. Hang on, let me look at the anime that came out in 2021 real quick just to double check.
Because to me, I'm like, again, I don't know against the other 3, but some things that pop out into my head action wise would be like Slime, would be World's Finest Assassin. I think both of them had some really dope moments. But I don't know. I don't know if the frequency of action is the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was very sporadic in both Slime and what's it called? Reincarnated Assassin. In my opinion. Yeah, outside of what's already up here, nothing really stood out, man. I'm not seeing anything.
Got it.
Crazy. Yeah, because like last year was kind of slow, low key for anime. Like there were some like bangers out there, but there wasn't like a whole lot of crazy stuff out there, in my opinion. Because I'm going through the list now and I'm not seeing anything that was action heavy. Like obviously we had like Dr. Stone, we had My Hero, but that season was kind of there was little to no action. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, because last season was that whole like training arc in the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's the same shit for My Hero. They did the same rinse and repeat.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything, man. It's really sticking out. I would say Tokyo Avengers, but that shit was like
They said y'all
the
forgetting
fights was
about
kind of
Seven
mid. I ain't
Deadly
gonna lie.
Sins. I just started watching the most recent season of
What
Seven
they
Deadly
say?
Sins, but he said Seven Deadly.
Hell no. Hell nah, bro. Ain't no.
Hell no.
Come on, man. That shit was a. I don't even want to talk about it, bro.
I'm just now watching the most recent season. So yeah, I know the previous season animation was dog shit, but
No love for Eden, zero for action. Oh, I did forget about Eden Zero. I don't know, man, because like I'm not gonna lie, I'm very biased towards Eden Zero just because of Fairy Tail. Like I'm very partial to it, so I need to give it a chance.
Okay.
But I haven't watched it strictly because it was by the creator of Fairy Tail, and I'm like, they're gonna do this power friendship bullshit again. I'm not trying to see that.
I mean, that's the OG shonen fucking power up, bro. Is the power of friendship, and that's what that's one thing too. I want to we'll probably have to do another podcast because I want to talk to you about certain animes that came out in like the 90s and early 2000s, like which. If they got rewritten, which ones would you want to see rewritten and like like how people write animes now are very different than how they wrote them back then. So, yeah. But yeah, do you watch comedy animes?
All the time, bro.
All the time.
Like, that's like the meat and potatoes of our channel is comedy because we just joke a lot. And it's a double-edged sword because like we can be funny, but some people are like, why are you laughing at this moment? It's a serious moment. You know what I'm saying? So you get a little bit of both. But
yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, I've only seen
non-comedy animes.
I'm weak. I've only seen 2 of these.
Okay.
And that's Odd Taxi and Don't Toy With Me in the Sakataro. And Odd Taxi has comedic elements, but I wouldn't categorize it as a comedy. It's very much more so mystery. Than comedy, in my opinion. Like I said, there are comedic moments.
Right.
It's very dialogue heavy, and there are like some dialogue that's pretty funny, but I wouldn't classify it as such.
Okay.
So that by default puts me at Don't Toy With Me in Miss Nagatoro. But again, I've only seen that one out of all these other ones. We're starting Komi next week, but I haven't seen anything else outside of that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these, so my vote is null and void. Now best drama for me is To Your Eternity. I'm not even gonna. That's it for me.
Facts. Yeah. No, that's
That
shit.
Bag, bro. That shit was fucking me up. I'm not really that emotional when it comes to media. Like watching stuff doesn't really make me cry or anything like that. I think I cried like 4 times watching that fucking anime. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I think I could name all the moments too.
Bro,
hold up.
That shit.
So. Was it the first episode?
Right off the gate, bro. Okay. I was like, the first what episode, the shit? I was so mad, bro.
It was with the little girl, right? When she died?
Yep.
I got you?
Yep.
Okay. Goo Goo?
Yep.
And then the fourth one, what else happened that was sad? I would probably say when Purun died, maybe? The grandma? Did that get you?
I think I was tearing up on that one as well. Bro, that shit, bro. Extra said Gugu best boy. Man, come on, bro. Gugu was tight.
Facts.
Gugu was actually really dope, bro.
Yeah, I was bummed when he left, man.
Bro, that was a moment, bro. I was like, are y'all serious right now?
Yeah.
Bro, that whole sequence was crazy. Like the whole sequence was wild. I was like, damn. And then the friend, what's her name, came by and he had like, I gotta act like Gugu. Like I was like, yo. And then she noticed that it wasn't him. But she didn't say anything, and I was just like, "Yo, this shit is heavy, bro. This shit is deep, bro. That show is so fucking good." Yeah, To Your Eternity for me.
Yeah,
To Your Eternity. Easily. Has Brian's Base done anything other than To Your Eternity that's big? Because I see it as the studio, but Brain's Base can anybody clarify any other animes that they've done? Because that shit, the animation quality was really high in that to me.
So. Yeah, no, Brains Base, they did Durarara, they did Baccano. Oh, they did Hotorubi no Mori E. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay. That one's really good. Animation was good on it too. What else did they do that's popular? That's it. It looks like they're doing like they did a bunch of like comedies and slice of lives as far as animation concerned, some romances in here and stuff, but that's seems to be the majority of
Got it.
their productions. I'm not seeing anything super popular standing out outside of that.
I'm about to check out some of their work, bro. Because To Your Eternity was so damn good, so good.
Yeah, no, it's fire, bro. Super fire.
So, do you watch romance animes? I know you saw
I do.
Beastars. Okay. What's on this list? Like, is there anything that you've seen that stood out to you that was actually really dope?
Saw Beastars. I saw Nagatoro. Nagatoro is like I guess it counts as romance. It's a rom com. I know Comey can't communicate as a rom com. I haven't seen Fruits Basket the final season. I heard Fruits Basket is really really good though. Haven't seen Horimiya, and I haven't seen the Duke of Death and His Maid, but I heard that's similar in flavor to Miss Nagatoro. So for me, I'll go with Beastars just because Beastars is very relatable as far as the things that they go through. Obviously, it's animals, anthropomorphic creatures that are, personified as humans, but the emotions and everything they go through is like every person has been at least one of the characters in the show, which makes it very relatable from a romance perspective, from a social standing perspective. There's so many elements in that show that are relatable and human, and that's why I gravitate towards Beastars so much. It's got nothing to do with like no furry shit, unless you make it that way. But it's just a really good anime, man. So for me, I would go with Beastars for best romance. But
Okay.
again, they go to grain of salt. I haven't seen. I've only seen 2 out of 6 of these.
Right. Best fantasy. This one I'm excited about because there's a couple here that I really like. I think I know which one I'm still picking, but out of these, where are you at on best fantasy?
Mushoku Tensei all the way.
Bro.
That anime had done such a good job at making you curious about the world, how it works, what's going on, and they just portrayed it masterfully. Like I'm sitting here watching it and I'm like, bro, like the episode's over already. Like I felt like 10 minutes went by. Like literally every episode just went by in a flash. So for me, Mushoku Tensei, bro.
Yeah.
Like Slime was dope, don't get me wrong, but it was very drawn out and exasperated and very politics heavy, which I do appreciate those aspects of it. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they sacrificed some of the world building for the political side of the house and the alliance forming and stuff like that.
Right.
So
I mean, I think with Slime, the reason I really like Slime is it feels like I'm playing The Sims, but I'm watching like it's like Sim City or some shit. Like where you're building like trade stuff with other cities. And, like there's something about that aspect of the show that I really like. And like, oh, we started here and now we've leveled up so we can build these types of buildings. And it has like this very like simulated vibe to it that I really like. But I agree. Mushoku Tensei, like To Your Eternity, to me, like, yeah, I guess you can call it a fantasy, but it doesn't feel, it feels more like a drama to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's very much more so a drama than a fantasy, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I think Mushoku to me is again, I really wish I've seen the other animes, but Mushoku was so good. It's so good as a fantasy, dude. Yeah.
I could argue One Day Party though, because One Day Party was like very, very creative with their worlds and how they added their perspectives and stuff like that. So like I wouldn't be mad at One Day Party. I just feel like when I hear fantasy, I think of mystical creatures and beings and worlds and magic and all this other stuff, which Mushoku Tensei checks all those boxes, So I will go with that.
Someone in the chat, Shiro, says, To Your Eternity director wasn't at full power because of production schedule was tight. I mean, that's fine, but I love To Your Eternity. I think it was amazing. So I didn't notice any drop in quality from myself. But I think in this category as fantasy, I don't think it... Yeah, there's fantasy elements to it, obviously, because it's not real. But I think as a fantasy world building vibe, I think Mushoku is just on another level. Like it just... Yeah. It's more in that category anyways. But yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So we got best film. Do you watch a lot of anime movies?
Yes, but none of these.
No.
The only one I've seen is Demon Slayer. That's
Yeah,
it.
Mugen
So,
Train was awesome, dude. That anime
yeah.
movie was fantastic.
Yeah, and even more so if you were anime only because you thought that the movie was over. You're like, okay, threat eliminated. We defeated the train demon, and then boom,
Right,
Upper Moon 3.
right.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that was different,
like I wish I was anime only for that movie. Just
bro.
because I would have lost my mind, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was one thing. Me and a creator here went to go watch that live because it came out here a few months before it came out in the States. So we had thought ahead of time, and we were like, "This is nuts!" Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the thing that sucked, I saw it in 4DX for the first time, because that was the only showing that it was playing. And I was like, "You fucking like only showing that had like Atmos here," and I was like, "I don't want to watch it." I was like, "All right, fuck it." Bro, I fucking hated 4DX. I fucking hated that shit. Have you seen a movie in 4DX before?
I have not.
Don't do it. Don't.
He said, "Don't do it."
Don't do it, bro. Like, you sitting there fucking going all crazy and shit. I'm like trying to eat popcorn, bro, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, bro, it was just not it, bro. It was not it. But the movie was fucking fire. But I agree. Like, you thought it was done. Like, oh, damn, they got it. And then this dude pops up, and I was like, oh, no. Yeah, super emotional. Dope movie, though. The movie was fire. Movie was fire. Now
Real quick, people asking for Heaven's Feel 3 that came out in August of 2020. So that's not in 2021.
Got you.
I think it came out in the States in 2021. But as far as like the actual cinematic release, that was in August of 2020, excuse me.
Got you. There you go. What is Heaven's Feel? What is that?
Have you heard of the Fate series, like Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero?
Yeah.
Very convoluted and confusing as far as the series and where to start watching.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that is. So Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel is basically an alternate path, if you will, to Fate Stay Night, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just literally just full of just budget and animation. It's like literally the Demon Slayer movie and what we're seeing now with Demon Slayer season 2. It's literally a full movie of just that type of animation, just fights. Like that's all it is. It's just fights and then
Got it.
Unraveling of mysteries and betrayal and stuff like that. It's really dope. I recommend it.
Okay. Now the big one, guys. The big one, the one we're all here for. Anime of the year. Now these are the ones that for me I was like, what? And again, I can't discredit anything, but I was still very like, were these the animes of the year? Like, were they? We got 86, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2, Ranking of Kings, Sunny Boy, Odd Taxi, and Attack on Titan Season 4, Part 1.
Sunny Boy.
Now, we went through all these other categories. Chat, let me know what anime should be removed from here and should be replaced by what other anime. Sherm, is there anything on this list that you'd be like, this shouldn't be here, it should be another anime?
Personally, I would get rid of Sunny Boy.
Okay.
That's just me. I didn't think it was that good to be an anime of the year contender, personally. Okay. Like the animation was good. You know, Madhouse did it. It was fire, but I don't know, bro. For me, I just didn't see it as that great of a story. It wasn't that compelling.
Okay.
I would have put ReZero in there over Sunny Boy personally.
Okay.
See what else other people got. Mushoku. Yeah, I could have seen Mushoku up there too.
Yeah,
Mushoku was like that.
Yeah, I thought Mushoku should have been on this list for sure.
Yeah. Because it was really captivating, bro. Like I will judge the anime of the year based on how captivated I was. And honestly, if we're going based off of what's here right now, I'm gonna go with Ranking of Kings because that anime, like I know it looks weird, but I'm telling you, bro, like that story is captivating. The characters, you just love the characters, man. You just really enjoy the world that they live in. It's like really, really, like I'm like, I can't wait to watch the next episode. So it's really, really good. I definitely would probably vote more towards that. Odd Taxi was super dope too, though. There's a plot twist in that, bro.
Right.
Oh my God. Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. So it's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
My issue with anime of the year, right off top is the parts. Because you're
like how they have like core 1 and 2.
I hate it. It's not the whole story. So it's like,
right.
Like, let's just say, for instance, part 1. To me, part 1, it was dope for Attack on Titan. Don't get me wrong. It was dope. But thematically, it would have made sense if it ended with the episode that we just saw with the top off. If the top off happened and that was the end of season, the first part of that season, that's where it should have ended. And then you could have came back into part 2 with them in the realm. And he's like, oh, like that should have been the end of part 1.
That's torture, bro. I can see that, but that's fucked up,
bro.
That's torture,
bro. What top?
Torture, bro.
She comes in, pop, top off, bro, and then to be continued, bro.
Oh, fuck this, bro.
Bro, that would have been it. Ooh. Because it immediately, like, bro, when you watch, be honest, you saw that in the anime, top off moment. Literally 5 seconds later, you see him alive. It removes the moment.
What do you mean you see him alive?
You see him in the what's it called? In the realm. He was like, oh,
yeah. That's not him being alive. That's like, think of it as a conscious thing. Like your conscious is in that realm. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
well, you read the manga,
but him saying in there like, oh yeah, he's like, okay, he's like, we touched when. So the idea is, oh, this guy's alive right now. Like he's consciously talking to him in some way, shape. Like it doesn't remove the idea of, did Gabby just kill the main character of this story? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it
facts.
You're just like, holy shit. Like, so to me, if I'm talking about thematically for a story, Attack on Titan, you can't, this final season, you're going to sell it in a part. The final season makes way more sense in its entirety. Like,
yeah.
So to me, it's like, you're going to give Anime of the Year for a part of a season. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that just sounds weird. That's like when people say, oh, what's the best anime? Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. Bitch, you have 1 season. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like you don't get to be in that discussion yet. Give me 3 seasons and then we'll have a discussion. But that's like, what's it called? What was that anime that I fucking loved and then second season was trash?
Tokyo Ghoul?
No, not Tokyo Ghoul.
Promise Neverland?
Promise Neverland.
Yeah, no, bro, there's so many animes where it's like, well, not so many, but there's a few that I can think of. Like one, obviously, Promise Neverland, where it's like, if you're judging it based off the first season and you don't know what's coming with the second season, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I could put the first season like, oh yeah, this is one of the best animes I've ever seen. Then you watch the second season, you're like, yo,
what happened? What happened?
There's no continuity, you know what I'm saying? There's no longevity. So you have to have that for a best anime discussion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's my only issue. But you were saying, so what would you pick? You said Ranking of Kings.
Honestly, man, yeah, because Ranking of Kings is just it's a hidden gem, bro. It's literally like the diamond in the rough of this anime year, in my opinion, because it's just insanely good and you would not expect it. You would not expect it at all. So I definitely would give it to Ranking of Kings because this is really, really good and it's just so interesting and there's so many plot twists, you know what I'm saying? Like I like it when I can watch an anime and not be able to predict what's going to happen next, you know?
Right.
And that's what Ranking of Kings does is I can't predict what's going to happen. I can have an idea, but it's not like bullseye. This is exactly what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah.
Yeah. I need to watch it. I need to watch it. I've been hearing good things.
Bro. React to it. Really good.
I
bring
think
some attention to it.
For me, it would probably have been To Your Eternity or Mushoku Tensei.
Agreed. Yeah.
For my anime of the year. Because Jujutsu Kaisen, again, as an entire season, I think would have won anime of the year. But as a second part of one season, I'm like, the story doesn't make sense if you start the beginning of like in the middle of this, like it's one season's story arc. So I feel it's clickables. I feel it's like, oh, well, you know, the second season came out. It's like, well, it's not the second season. It's the second part of the first season.
Yeah,
So
that's what because I do these polls every week. Like, what did you enjoy more, the Demon Slayer episode or the Attack on Titan episode?
Right.
And people are like, oh well, Attack on Titan is just starting up. I'm like, no, this is a continuation of season one. It's not just starting up.
right.
This is still very much. I'm not sorry, it's not season one, but it's still very much part of the final season.
Right.
It's just the second part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all these events that are happening,
Or
if you want to argue, you're right. If you want to argue that, technically Attack on Titan is further along than Demon Slayer is
For sure.
in their season progression. So it's not a matter of ramping up. It's just where they are in the story
correct.
now. So yeah. But
sure. S said, but to Adonis' point, isn't Ranking of Kings still ongoing? Haven't watched it, so not sure. Well, I mean, is this one season? Because it doesn't say Core 1. It just says Ranking of Kings.
For what?
For Ranking of Kings. Is that
it's a it's a 2-core season. But it's not. I think I don't know. I think the reason why they categorized Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2 specifically, because there's no Core 1 in here, is because Core 2 was airing in 2021.
Right.
Opposed to Core 1, which was in 2020, which wouldn't count
right.
for 2021's awards.
Right.
So I think that's why they did it that way.
Right.
But yeah, so Ranking of Kings is still ongoing, but the first core was throughout 2021. So next year, if Ranking of Kings performs really well, I'm assuming that they'll have, Ranking of Kings Core 2,
right.
In their polls if they do that.
Shiro said Ranking of Kings is still airing. Oh, is it still ongoing at the moment? Or
yeah, they're still releasing episodes. It's on episode 15 is the most recent one that came out.
Got you. Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's just I mean, again, I get it. I understand. Like they're taking from, a time to time and what aired in that time. I get it. But I'm just like, man, it's tough for me because I'm looking at it from the story it's trying to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, if I'm mid-story, like I can't. It could fall on its face in 2 episodes. You don't want to have to
start halfway through a story.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
so
even though it didn't do that, Jujutsu Kaisen did do it. It was still a phenomenal anime. But I think for me personally, just how an anime made me feel, the story was trying to tell. I think it's gonna either be between Mushoku and To Your Eternity, and I might lean more towards To Your Eternity, to be honest with you. It was just such a surprise to me. It was just such a I wasn't expecting it, and then just how it would tell stories and the nature of humanity and him learning how to become a human. It was just really intriguing. And again, I know a lot of people are like, oh, all you like is action. Like, bro, there was almost no action in the anime. Like it was. Yeah, it's how the stories were told and how they developed the characters and the interpersonal relationships were just fucking amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's mine.
Default.
But chat, what do you think should take anime of the year? What did you vote for? Let us know. But yeah, while we wait, is there any anime that you're excited for this year, Sherm?
Where do I start? Where do I start, bro? We got Mob Psycho season 3 coming out.
Right.
We got.
Hold on. Let's talk about this. Season 2.
What's up?
We had a countdown. Mob Psycho. Whoever's on their promo team, I was like, man, y'all okie doked so many people. They had a Twitter countdown from 99 all the way to 0 for each of those days. So basically 3 months to tell you that season 3 is in development. I was like, nigga, hey, we're gonna have 90 days, and then when you get here, like, hey, guess what? We're working on some new stuff. Like,
right?
Really?
Facts.
Oh
Facts,
no!
Bro.
I was like, that's dirty. But my bad. I just thought that was funny.
No, you're good. That's actually a solid point. So yeah, in production. Apparently Konosuba has more content in production. I'm assuming it's going to be season 3.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that. It's a comedy we were watching for a while. Super dope. That was a part-timer. Season 2 is coming out. Kaguya-sama Love is War season 3. Super excited for that.
Okay.
Blue Lock. That's a football anime.
How is that? Because it's a manga right now. It's a manga, right?
Yeah, this is the first adaptation of it. I haven't read the manga, so I know nothing about it.
There was like a trailer that came out last year. People were like, "Oh, you watched the trailer?" And I was like,
"Yeah, there was a trailer last year." Bleach, obviously, super hyped for Bleach. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Black Clover movie whenever that comes out.
Mm.
Our Taxi movie is gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to that. I feel like I'm missing
Are we
something
getting to
big.
My Hero this year or no?
Yes, we are.
We
Yeah,
are.
season 6. Yeah, no, bro, this season is going to be the season for My Hero. I'm
Okay.
telling you. Do you read the manga for it?
Mm-mm.
Hey, man.
Not the bro. First of all, my man did like the Sosuke Aizen laugh.
But yeah, bro, nah, this season, bro, I'm trying to tell you, this season for My Hero is going to be that season. If they do it right, it's going to be insane. Made in Abyss, yes. Made in Abyss, Spy X Family, yep. Spy X Family, Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Made in Abyss is fire.
Overlord season 4, yeah, it's fire, bro. To Your Attorney's coming back this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a good
It's gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be a good fucking year, bro.
Is Chainsaw Man coming out this year or no?
Yes, allegedly. That's coming out too.
Man.
It's gonna be a good year for anime, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be
insane.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. My soul and my spirit is ready for it. I'm ready to consume all this anime.
Bruh, Rising of Shield Hero 2?
I'm not holding my breath on that one, bro, because they've been talking about season 2 for the past 2 years now, and every time it comes ready, it's like, yeah, we're gonna push it back. I'm like, all right, bro. Well, when y'all release it, let me know.
Are they pushing it back because it's not done, or are they pushing it back because they want to make sure that its quality is high enough?
I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I can't call it.
I know. That's the scary part, bro. You're going to get cyberpunked.
Oh, Hell's Paradise is coming out too. Yeah, bro.
What's Hell's Paradise?
Crazy. I have no idea, bro. I just did a trailer reaction to it, and it looks like insane, bro. It looks trippy. It looks like Sekiro. Have you seen Sekiro, the game?
Oh yeah, I've seen the game. Yeah.
Okay, so it reminds me of like some of those like deities and like godlike figures you have to fight. Like it's insane. Like it looks really, really good. Uzumaki, is that really coming out, bro? Because I kept hearing
what?
Bro, I heard about Uzumaki coming out since like 2019.
Uzumaki, like
not Naruto, no.
Oh, I was about to say, like, hold on, what are you talking about?
It's a horror manga that's getting an adaptation, but it's like one of the most prominent horror manga artists that are out there.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be, it's like a anime about spirals and stuff like that. Because I guess Uzumaki, I think Uzumaki is like swirls. Like I think that's what Uzumaki means, like some type of swirl or whatever. And it's using the swirls to, I guess, personify fear or make them scary somehow. Like,
which is kind of funny
have,
how
like, face and swirls and disfigured.
I mean, because obviously I don't speak Japanese. I'm starting to learn it though, which is pretty dope. But if Uzumaki means swirl and Naruto is that little thing, but it has a swirl on, it's like double swirl. That's kind of funny.
Right, it's like a double entendre.
Yeah, that's kind of a bar. That's kind of a bar.
I'm watching season 4 too. Yeah, bro. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. I'm gonna be so busy, but I can't wait.
Extra said Hunter x Hunter is coming back in 2032. Dude.
Yeah, no kidding. That's when the manga is coming back,
bro.
Not the anime.
Man, I really, that's just one of those things we just gotta. It's never happening. It's just never happening, guys. Unless somebody ends up buying the rights to it, which I highly doubt it's gonna happen until my man unfortunately passes.
I remember they were saying his wife was gonna take over if he, passes and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
I know his wife did Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of that's a couple right there, bro.
That's a power couple.
That's a power couple for sure. Like, god damn. Oh, Vinland's coming out too.
Yeah, bro. Farmland Saga, let's go.
Yo, Vinland is different, bro. Vinland is different, bro. Vinland is different, bro.
You read the manga?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nah.
This season's gonna like surprise you. You might like it, you might hate it, but it's very important.
I mean, as long as Thorfinn stop being a little bitch, I'm good, bro. Thorfinn's. I'm like, bro, you get on my damn nerves, bro. But yeah,
it's like watching Gabby all over again.
I'm like, bro, how are you gonna be the main character, but you're not even the main character? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, Oscalad ended up low-key becoming the main character,
bro. But I actually liked it though. Like it obviously it was really trying to get him to be, to grow up and shit like that, which was kind of the whole point. But it was just like, god damn it. But yeah, that shit goes. That shit fucking goes. God of High School season 2 coming out is a PowerPoint site. If you don't shut up, not a PowerPoint slideshow.
Oh, apparently, Bull Free season 2 is coming out this year, I believe, as well. The one I was talking about earlier, the defensive one. And
Okay.
I think, I want to say, what is that shit? Record of Ragnarok is getting season 2. I don't care about that whatsoever, but
Okay.
I heard that that's getting to season 2. But season 1 was an atrocity, in my opinion, animation wise.
Kaleo says Tower of God ever getting a season 2. I hope so, because we read Tower of God. Tower of God fucking smacks. That shit.
Man, I haven't read it yet.
Bro, nigga. that shit.
I know it gets crazy though. I know it gets crazy.
Smacks, bro.
Yeah,
that shit goes. Me and Toshi read that shit every Wednesday. That shit goes, bro.
Oh, it's still ongoing? Like it's not done yet?
Oh yeah. Bro, we're like 400 some chapters in, bro.
Ooh.
Bro, bro, I'm telling you, this shit should be called Tower of Betrayals, nigga. This shit is you can't trust anybody, bro. This whole shit is crazy. Like you thought the fucking bomb push was fucking like what the fuck, bro.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to read it, bro.
Tower of God goes, bro. It's in the art style, you could tell it gets better as it's progressing and stuff. It's not like how Solo popped off and
yeah, I started reading. I was like, yo, this art style is ass, bro.
Yeah, it gets really good. Better. It gets really good, but it's just that artist is progressing. But yeah, that shit was oof. He said season 1 was already Tower of Betrayals. LOL. I mean, it was, but I mean, if you read this shit, bro, that moment has nothing, bro. There's some fucked up shit that goes down. So, but man. We're going to wrap this thing up, man. Sharm, appreciate you, man. You always deliver the anime goods.
I'll try, man.
Where can they find you on social, bro?
Oh, man, y'all know the vibes. I'll do this reaction thing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm playing. Nah, y'all can find me on Twitter at ReanimatedYT. Same thing with Instagram, ReanimatedYT. YouTube, Reanimated. Just, search that. You'll find us there.
Yep.
Personal, I am at CEO Sherm on Instagram. I think it's like Sherm with 3 E's on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Fuck with your boy. Yeah. Appreciate you once again, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure. And make sure you guys, bro, check them out on YouTube. Let's help them get to 100K, bro. They do great work over there. They got a dope team. Hopefully if the stars align and there's a day where we can get the squad on the podcast, I think that'd be fucking fun as shit. It's just I know you guys got crazy schedules and it's more than one person. So
yeah, unfortunately, that's the only, like I said, we got time on the weekends, so I can try and hold them hostage.
Yeah, I definitely I definitely want to hold anybody hostage, but but yeah, I know
I'm the captor, so don't worry about it. It's not you. It's me.
So yeah, definitely let's help them get up there, man. YouTube's been hurting both channels, both of our channels for some time. Yeah. so any likes, shares, comments, if y'all can, man, on either channel, bro, do so. Just to push against the suppression. But other than that, appreciate you guys tuning in. Let us know in the comments if you have any anime snubs that you thought should have won certain categories or at least been nominated for those categories. And other than that, man, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. And we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.